Hello, Ram. How is it now?
It's we are good. We are
We
live.
good. Yeah, I don't know what this the funny intro
It,
thing.
it had to be StreamYard. It wasn't us. I think it was something going on with StreamYard.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see about StreamYard. Anyway, how y'all doing? And y'all don't might not know what that was all about. We were thought we were live a few minutes ago. Y'all get in here. Welcome to the Kitchen Table Talk, where
Hey,
no
you guys,
topic is too heavy or too
or too
light for
funny.
the table. Man, we were supposed to be live, and I guess we weren't live, so we don't know. But y'all know how we roll. We just roll when we roll. But anyway, get in here, get in here, get in here. Now I see the comments coming up, so I guess we out there. Okay, that's hey there, Tamara. That was you. Okay, so you
I'm
testing it.
talking to LaRonda. Hey,
Ah,
LaRonda,
hey.
thank you for joining
All right, so we rolling now. We good. We good. Y'all get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Welcome to the Kitchen Table Talk. We appreciate y'all bearing with us and everything. And so, like I was saying before, the part that y'all didn't see, we're gonna be honoring our fathers this month, all month long, because it is Father's Day this month. And we just want to tell our fathers that we see them, we recognize them, we appreciate all that they do and all the sacrifices that they make. So that's what we're dedicating this month to. We have a very special guest we're going to kick it off with, and he's backstage in the green room. We'll introduce him very shortly here, but we're going to take a few minutes to just catch up. Poo poo.
us. Hey, how are you? How was your day?
My day was okay. It was okay. My week
Yeah.
was a little rough, but today was okay.
Well, I'm glad it got better for you. Right. Yeah,
It did.
it's been a really busy week for me as well. But I'm good. I'm good today. I'm getting good news. All day I've been getting some good news, and I'm just excited and happy. I'm happy, regardless to being busy all week. I'm just happy, genuinely happy. And so I'm ready to kick this month off with these men and honor them as fathers and just as men, especially in light of everything that's going on.
Right, exactly. We need to. And so wait. You ain't sharing the good news, or we just gonna keep that under wraps till
Well,
later?
we gonna roll on through.
All right. I guess it's your news. You can tell it when you want. But anywho, I'm glad that things are going well for you. Y'all get in here, get in here. Hey, Erica, thanks for joining. Hey, Audria, thanks for joining. LaRonda, thanks for joining. Y'all get in here, get in here, get in here. Ram, you want to, because we are a little bit past the time for our kitchen soup segment because we had that mishap. I don't really have anything on the current event. I do want to talk a little bit about our last week's show and how awesome it was, how awesome
Yeah,
the young men were. I thought they were fabulous and they
they
spoke
were.
very eloquently. I've been getting nothing but good feedback about
Yeah,
that. So, your thoughts on that?
I thought that just as you said, I thought it was really good to hear some young men speak about, just give their view and their thoughts about how they think we can move forward, what they think about what's going on right now. And as you said, they spoke very intelligently, right? And I love the way that not all of them were on the same, looked at it from the same view. However, they were able to come to a consensus and say there's something something does definitely need to happen, right? And so I just appreciate that we had some young men, everyone under 30 that had an opinion because it's so important that we understand that it's them, they're our future, and so we need to know where they're coming from. And as their seniors, we need to be able to listen to them, right? And so I just appreciate that. And I love the way that not all of them were on the same, looked at it from the same view. However, they were able to come to a consensus and say there's something does definitely need to happen, right? And so I just appreciate that we had some young men, everyone under 30 that had an opinion because we're here. We should be here to help them grow in the things that they don't know. So I just thought it was amazing to see those four young Black men on here last week.
Yeah, for those of you who missed that show, go back and watch the replay on YouTube, The Kitchen Table Talk with Tina, or on Facebook, The Kitchen Table Talk. It was a really dynamic show. If you don't know what we're talking about, we had the young men on. We had four young men on, and they were giving their views on how to eradicate systemic racism in our society today. And I thought it was just phenomenal for those young men to have such, profound views on everything. And now, I mean, we had to wrap the show up because they was about to get it cracking, really go really deep. So.
Yes.
We actually talking about coming back with that and doing a part two. So I'm excited about that. But without further ado, our guest, Ram, you want to introduce our guest?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Mr. His name is David Jones. He is the father of four girls. One is an adult, and the other three are young ladies. He's very, very interactive with his girls. I think it's real important that I stress that, because understanding the importance of having that relationship with your kids, with your daughters, especially a man and his daughters, teaching them, and we're going to get into this as we speak with him, but teaching them what it looks like to have a man respect you is so important. And so I thought it was amazing to have a man of his caliber to come on and speak to that, to kick us off with what a father is and what it isn't, right? From his point of view. And so we're going to bring him on and let him introduce himself the way he wants to introduce himself. But his name is David Jones. Like I said, he's the father of three beautiful young ladies. One is an adult and the other three are younger. So, Tina, you want to bring him in?
Yes, but before I do that, Ram, they saying you breaking up really bad. We've been praying on your internet. Is there somewhere you can move that might get a better reception? I don't know. Without further ado, let's bring David on. Welcome, David, to the show.
Hey, how y'all doing?
David, how are you? We're
I'm
good.
Yourself?
How are you?
How you doing,
We
Tam?
are
Hey,
well. I'm good.
Thanks
Tam
for
may not be
having
able to hear you.
me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Oh yeah.
David, go ahead and like Ram said, I want to give you an opportunity to just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and, what you're all about.
Well, I'm David Jones, and I'm a father of four beautiful young ladies. And I just want to say thank you guys for having me or choosing me to be a part of y'all show. This is the first time for me, and I'm willing to put out there what maybe I can help spread how I do things with me and my kids.
Right. So you say you got four young girls. Now, what are their ages?
My oldest is 22. Uh, the next one is just turned 16 last weekend. 12 and 10.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah,
they all women. Okay.
yeah,
Wow, that's a nice little spread too.
yeah.
Well, that's really that should keep you busy because I'm thinking women at that and
Yeah,
all
they
of us
do.
just the things that women go through and the things that how we are that just popped through my head with being a dad. So tell us, what was your experience like with your dad growing
Well, my dad, he was around. He was in the same household up until I was 5. Other than that, once him and my mom departed, we still came around, or he still came around. Other than that, I'm gonna say after the 6th grade was when we kind of lost contact for about almost 17 years, and
up?
we kind of reunited back like in 2001, 2002. And he was in Belize, so I was able to take a trip out there and go share some of my adult years with him because the last time I saw him, I was in the sixth grade.
Wow.
Oh, and he's from
Yeah,
Belize?
yeah. My parents from Belize.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right. So your dad wasn't he wasn't that close. He was a little absent. How did
yeah.
that affect your views on being a parent today?
Well, it affected because it made me say no matter what if I have children, I wouldn't want to have them in that same predicament. No matter what, if me and the kid's mom is not together, whatever, I mean, they're my kids. They need me there. They need my support. And especially for four beautiful young ladies, they need their dad. You know what I'm saying? So I got to make sure I'm there and giving them all of me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No matter
Yeah.
what.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree with that. I totally agree. Ram, we was giving you some time to get settled. Are
Yeah,
you
well, I'll be over there next week.
we've been fighting. We gonna keep
But
praying for this internet.
let's be clear, it won't be long. Let's just say that.
You know what? I think sometimes it be the old walls too. When walls are really thick, the signals and stuff get
Yeah,
blocked from
the
the
older
houses that
home.
were built
Yeah,
older.
They said
Right?
it's the lead paint.
Is that what it
it's the
is?
lead paint. He making up stuff.
Right. Okay.
It,
So yeah. So he was just sharing. I don't know if you were able to hear that he had the four girls and that his dad lived in Belize and he
yes,
was separated for a little while. Now, so that made you feel like you needed to be a father no matter what. So now tell us about your current situation and your current parenting situation.
Well, my current parenting situation is, I mean, you know, no matter what, I'm there for my daughters in whatever aspect. There's no limits to it. Um, I mean, I support them in everything they do. Um, you know, it's just that. I mean, there's nothing that I shouldn't be able to do for them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
For one, and just making sure that I'm there every moment. Um, when they need to talk, when they need stuff. I mean, not only that, but just with schooling, choosing the right schools, their extracurriculars, and all that type of stuff. I mean, I'm a big advocate on that. So if you follow me, you would see, I do a lot of things with my kids. I mean, there's no limit to it. What I do, they do. What they do, I do.
right. That's good. That's
Yeah, you had something to say, friend.
no. I was just he was saying that that what he does, they do, and what they do, he does. So that means that regardless of whatever relationship you're in, your homeboys, your friends, your female friends, they have to understand that it's a package deal.
So
Yeah.
you, the four girls, and are they all by the same mom?
My oldest is prior, and then my last three is all by the same mother.
Now, are you currently with the mom?
No.
No. So how is that being parents with you and the mom being separated? Do you find that challenging or has it been?
No, I mean, I'm gonna say in the beginning stages, it's challenging because what you're accustomed to, being in the same household and things like that. But I mean, as time go by, I mean, you just focus on what needs to be done and the priority. You know what I'm saying? The priority is them. I mean, we have to make sure we come to a happy medium to make sure no matter what, that they're taken care of. Um,
Right.
and that's it. That's all. I mean, communication is key. Yeah, you're gonna have some of the disagreements and things like that, and I think everybody may have that. But it's just making sure that you keep that good open line of communication and making sure that you're on the same page as much as you can be to continue making sure that the kids are in their right mind, no matter the situation, together or not, because it plays a big role, um, and that's big on me, uh, because I don't want them to be feeling any kind of way, stressing out over stuff that they ain't got no no don't have to stress over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and just keep it all open to them and let them know, what it is, in the meaning, a good manner. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, respect the other parent. Vice versa.
Right, right,
Yeah, I think that's so important because oftentimes when you are co-parenting, and it's always one of the parents that's still quite ain't let go or got other motives, or
Yeah.
that whole using the children as pawn. I have always resented that particular, and people, the women still do it today.
Yeah.
They will take the children and you ain't seeing the kid because I'm still mad, and I just always felt like if you're done and you're through with the person,
right,
the kids shouldn't have nothing to do with it. Like,
Not at all.
don't bad mouth the other parent.
right,
That's like you should just never do that. And it's very important that they see that two parents, even if they're not together,
right.
can rear a child together, can come
Yeah.
to an agreement. I think that's
Absolutely.
important.
I think
Yeah.
that's most important, because you're the example as the mother and the father, and so they need to see that you can be mature in that area. Just because we didn't work out as a couple doesn't mean that this what we have in common is the child. So now the only thing that we have is that in common, and that is what we need to focus on.
Yeah. That's key. I mean, you only gonna be absent in a kid's life if you choose to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you hear some people in different predicaments and say, oh well, she won't let me see my kid, or this and that. I mean, you have a right just as well.
Right,
You
Right.
know, you cannot let nobody dictate. You know what I'm saying? How and when you're gonna see your kids. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that no. I mean, the other parent should be able to tell you you can or can't, um, and when you can or can't, if you got those rights as well, even if it takes taking the other step. I mean, they got help for people out there that need that help. Um, I mean, some people are quick to let the system in their business, or whatever. But if you can, to me, I feel like if you can work it out between the two adults, parents, that you know, I mean, anything is possible. And the main thing you got to think about is the kids' sake,
Yes.
number one, because at the end of the day, you're not coming around or you're not doing for your kid and things like that. They're the one that's going to hurt, in the end.
right,
And
Absolutely.
they're going to be the one that's going to grow up with the resentment, and things like that. So it's all within an individual, because I don't believe in that. I can't see my kid because somebody telling me, or I don't do this because I'm mad at that person, or whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got to move on, and you got to just make sure that you direct your positive energy towards what it's all about when it comes down to your kids. That's
I
how I
agree.
feel about it.
right, right.
Yes.
I spoke with a young lady today in early 20s, and she
Hmm.
expressed to me that she and her sister resent their dad. She said, I love my dad. We love our dad, but I resent him because he didn't step up when he and my mom departed. It's like he broke up with us, you know.
Hmm.
And she said I don't understand that. She said, and so, and I say this all the time. She said, I find myself looking for that type of relationship with men that I date or with men that I meet. She said, I find myself looking for daddy, so to she
Mm-hmm.
said, because I have my stepdad that talks to me and tells me what I deserve. She said, I've learned that I should not look for dad in these men, but that's what I was doing because I missed that part of my dad, the relationship with my dad.
Yeah, I mean that is true. I've heard that, as well. But me myself, I'm gonna make sure that I'm there. I'm gonna show them what it is that how a man's supposed to treat you. Um, you know, it's chivalry is not over. Make him open that door. I mean,
Right,
or if he don't, then I mean, you know, that's a sign. You know what I'm saying? Um, I mean, all that. It's like I present all that to them so they'll know how you're supposed to be treated.
right,
From me first.
right,
Don't take no shorts or no losses. I mean, some people get taught these things, but they learn from their own experiences as well as they grow up. But
right,
I mean, until then, I just gotta continue doing my part, and no matter what, still be there for them to make sure that you know, that they still had me there. I mean, because I felt that way as well with my dad being gone when I was 5 and I grew up, and it was like, damn, I remember him being around and this, and that, and whatever happened back when I was a kid. But, um, I do feel like, well, where were you at in them stages?
mm-hmm.
Um, where, like setting the foundation and things like that.
Right,
I mean, I feel like, I missed out on all that. You know what I'm saying? I take my hat off to my mom because no matter what, she was there. She was the father and the mother. And then I have my older brothers and sisters that they were there. I got a big family. So, I'm the youngest boy, and they was able to teach me, and I was able to experience seeing what they went through and what I can learn from through my experiences, growing up, and
right,
then having kids and, trying after and all that type of stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good that you did have your older siblings to look up to, because
Hmm.
I too I was the mother and the father. Not that I ever stopped anybody from being a father, because I just would never do that. But yeah, it's important that you surround yourself, even if you are. Um, Having to do it alone with other mentors. If you,
Right.
because I was going to ask you, did you have mentors? And you already said you had your siblings. Because I believe my son was on here once, and that's what he said. He always had an uncle. That's another
Yeah.
show. That's another show. But I made sure they were good uncles.
Right.
Yeah, I've been a part of that as well. Like, I had a lot of nephews growing up before I had kids. And they were like my sons,
Mhm.
from coaching to everything, just trying to show them uh, or trying to guide them to not follow or get into where, we step foot in growing up, what I'm saying, without
Right.
that figure, what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, I mean, yeah, you have your brothers, your uncles, your cousins and friends and stuff, but there's nothing like that actual parent, what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Male or female, the mom or dad, and it's you know, it plays a big role. It plays a big role.
Right.
What has been the most difficult part about co-parenting outside of the home?
I can say, just really having that full trust. Because you want to trust that you know, I say for both behalves, you're women. I mean, the men, the mom and the dad, they're gonna want to trust, the parents, uh, making sure that they're taking care of their kids' well-being, who they're gonna have them around,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think that was one of the one of the tough things, that I battle with. But other than that, I mean, if it was that bad, then you would have to take the necessary steps to, make sure that, they're 100 no matter what. But I'm gonna say, just the trust factor of their well-being. I would say, who's around, where they at when they're not with me. That's why I don't
Right.
mind having my kids every weekend, or what I'm saying, things like that. Because it works out for the scheduling. And I know they with me.
Right.
They not just left at home, or they just not with somebody else, or dropped off at uh friends' houses and things like that. And
Right.
they got to run everything by me no matter what, on that end and on this end. And I respect that they do that with their mom as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had something to say? That was pretty good because I mean, so being yeah, I mean, I guess that would be true, but I've always told people, I mean, I guess for me, it's like that's a parent, you're a parent, the daddy ain't gonna do nothing, you know, to hurt his own kid,
Not
and
intentionally. Not
right,
intentionally.
not intentionally, but I
Yeah.
guess it is the thing, like we're. I guess, I've never had to because my kids were always with me, but I know a
Right.
lot of people I know a lot of fathers that want to be present, and then the mom like, I don't know where he gonna be and what he gonna be doing with my kid, and I'm like, he want to be with him, he ain't gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
Like,
You
what?
have to you have to build that form of trust, because you got to build that form of trust. Now, I mean, you will be able to tell if a person is just up to no good, no matter what. If they just downright not right, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, what I like that is, there's a lot of fathers, um, from what I know of, growing up and my father being absent. There's a lot of fathers stepping up to the plate, doing what they're supposed to do. I take my hat off to them fellas. Plus, the women that stay down just like my mom did, and she did whatever, she had to do to take care of us. We had a big family, and we all just brought it together. I mean, even when I was in school, I used to be working. I used to take off from school to go work, just to help, the household. And just learning that independency, I learned that from my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it difficult for you when it's time to take them back? Like, is that like a I don't want you to go?
Yeah, sometimes it is. And sometimes it's like, you know what? Yeah, okay, I get my break. You know what I'm saying? We all need that sometimes, but they know that any given time, no matter what day it is, I mean, they're more than welcome. So I mean, I think we all get that as a parent sometimes. Oh, well, you know what? I get some free time or whatever. But my free time, when I don't have them, I'm working. So other than that, my weekends, I just make sure I plan it for them, accordingly. And even if it's just simple sitting around watching movies or whatever, or taking walks, ride bikes, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, time spent is priceless versus,
Absolutely.
people thinking that money spent is more than
Money.
anything.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, if it came down to child support for me, they can take all I have, as long as I have my kids with me. You know what I'm saying? And they
Right.
still taken care of. But that's not the issue. And they know. I mean, it's whatever. Whatever they want to do, I'm with it.
Right. Right.
I think
That just
that
means that you're just being, again, you're being an example for them, and you're allowing them to see the importance of relationship, right? So
Yeah.
once they, become adults and they begin to have relationships with men, or they have children of their own, and even if they break up with the father of their children, they'll understand the importance of allowing their children or their child to be in relationship with the father, because you are being an amazing example for them right now. You're
Yeah.
not
Thank you.
fussing and saying, I don't want to come around, I don't want to pick you up, and I don't have time, I have this to do. You're not doing that. And so you're showing them what it is that they should expect and what it is that they should do. So
Exactly.
I commend you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right, like we said, I think it was very important to what you said, time spent. I don't know how many times I have said that
Yeah.
to fathers that I know that feel as though if they don't have financial stability,
Right.
that they cannot spend or go get their child because, that's the whole man ego thing or whatever it is for men, that they feel without finances they cannot spend the time with their children. And I tell them all the time, you do not know how useless that means to them. They're
Right.
more concerned about the time that you spend with them versus
Yeah.
Right.
how much money you spend with them,
Hmm.
because you cannot
Absolutely.
get the time back. You really
Exactly.
can't get it back.
No.
Um,
Exactly.
and I know that firsthand, and I know a lot of fathers probably feel like, I'm grinding, I'm doing this, trying to make it work or whatever. Because for me, having to be the mother and the father most of the time, I feel like I missed a lot of valuable time. Whereas sometimes maybe making the foundation, the financial foundation, might not have been as important
Hmm.
as spending some of the valuable time. So I can relate to that,
Right.
especially when it comes to um, my youngest son, my cousin, and I co-parent, right? But she always calls me the daddy. And but she makes it as though I'm the absent daddy. And I get it because I'm not there as much. And
Uh-huh.
so part of it is because I am, busy a lot. I work a lot, but that's no excuse, right? Um, you really should make the time because it is so valuable. And I can see where it actually began to pull a distance between me and my son, when he moved out of the house.
Okay.
I'm really starting to feel like a baby daddy right now. I'm in my own therapy, but it drove a wedge in the distance, because you're not there every night. You don't get to see and whatever, and
Right.
then okay, here come the weekend and you're supposed to get them, but now you got to work or you got to do this, and then one weekend turns into two, two turns into three turns into a month, and then here you are,
Right.
this absentee daddy, but finances is always there. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that would bring my next question. How do you make sure you stay present given that you are out of the house?
Well, I mean, like I said, your schedule will play a big role. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your work schedule. Like I'm blessed to have my schedule where, even though I don't have them during the week, I'm still able to pick them up from school, take them home.
Hmm.
Pick them up. Like I said, take them for a bite to eat after school. Talk to them and help them with some of their homework. Um, as well as still doing my part on the weekends or whatever. Um,
Right.
it's I mean, it's just you got to have that will and that want. I mean,
Yeah.
um, like I said, time is precious and very valuable. Especially when you have young kids. You know what I'm saying? When they start getting in their teens and things like that, yeah, they grow apart, and I understand that they're finding themselves and all that. But still, it's just being there. Um, I mean, practices, all that stuff, just showing up, parent teacher conferences and all that
Right.
stuff is not, it shouldn't just be, oh, well, you got to go or whatever. I mean, take the initiative to be there and let them see that. And I find my
Absolutely.
kids, you know, they call on me and then you're gonna be there, right? Yeah, you know I'm gonna be there, you know. So, um, I mean, that's just what I want to do, you know. And you got to want to do it, not just, you know, you got to really play that role because, I mean, you know, you may think that, you know, when they say, "Oh, it's okay," you know, it's touching them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When you're not there, it's
Yeah,
touching them.
So
And
yeah,
true.
you know, I be feeling bad, like say you know, they have an event and I know I got to work overtime or this, and that, or I can't make it because of my regular work schedule. You know, it makes me feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be there, you know, and they're
right.
supposed to see me there, you know. So, one thing I've learned is, I would never let no job or anything be too important than, my kids and, you know, my family, you know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
important.
yeah, yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
And they feel it, they see it, and even those one or two times that you can't make it, I know they're so accustomed to you being there, but they get
Yeah,
it, right? It's not like this is routine. Oh, he always say he can't because he has to work. No, they know that it's really because you have to work because of what
yeah,
you've shown them, prior to.
yeah, exactly. Well, you know, I try my best, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, they get the best of me, you know, no matter what, you know?
Is let me see. I have another question. What is was there ever a time where you and mom disagreed on a parenting situation? If so, how did you handle that? How did you resolve?
Um, I mean, there's been numerous of times, you know, it can be the littlest thing, down to the biggest thing. You know, for one, you know, parents always want to know, when you're starting over, say in a relationship or something like that. They want to know who this person is and blah blah blah. Nobody gonna be their mama or nobody gonna be their daddy or you know all that type of stuff. So, I mean, you know, you just gotta first, I mean, you know, you just gotta first like you know be careful on you know who you bring around and how you go about doing it, you know. um but other than that, you know, as far as the disagreeing or whatever, I mean, you know, there's things you're going to always disagree on, until you can come to you know, an actual agreement, you know, and
For
iron it
instance,
out, you know.
let me ask you a for instance so we can pinpoint it. Dating. You got girls.
Uh-huh.
What's your age for dating? What's mom's age for dating?
Meaning for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah,
you.
for them.
Not you.
Okay. Well, you know, I've always been, um you know, take care of business first. You know, I mean, me growing up, you know, I always tell them, look, I know where you're going. I know what you're trying to do. You at this age, you know, blah 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 blah. You know, and I just always try to tell them, look, don't get caught up in no mess. You know. Other than that, I mean, I know at this point, my daughter just turned 16, and you know, she's come to me before and say, hey, well, you know, this boy or you know whatever. But you know, I always emphasize, you know, hey, look, you know, you're still young. You know, be friends before all that. Handle your business. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in your schoolwork. You know, messing that off, trying to you know follow what other people are doing or being enticed on you know trying to follow some you know little dude, you know. So like I said, she's 16, getting ready to, you know, got another year for 17, and I know that's what it's going to come about. You know, it's just I always push that, you know, try to learn how to just be friends first before you want to think about committing. Commit to your education first. You know,
Right.
commit to what you want to do in life. You know, do that. You know what I'm saying?
So
When, you know,
do you and mom agree on the dating age?
you know, me, I would say, you know what? I don't really want to hear none of that until you're 18. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what mom's really thinks, you know, but I mean, I just know growing up, you know, uh, going to the Shaw and stuff like that. I mean, me, a young man, having girls like you, and then the young ladies, they got these boys after them. I mean, it's crazy. 'Cause I've had a girlfriend as young as 14, 15. But my mom probably didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Or when she did, it's probably like my 10th grade year, my first, I'm gonna say high school sweetheart that she knew of, But I mean, I would say, just, kind of let them be open, be open with them as well. And just make sure that they know the importance of a responsibility first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we coming up on 10 minutes to the hour. Do we have any questions? We done give him the dessert. Anybody want to ask any questions out there? Y'all get in here if y'all got any questions for David in regards to being a parent and co-parenting and what that's like. You mentioned something earlier. While we give them an opportunity, y'all type in chat, get in here, click like and share because y'all may not need the information, but somebody might need to hear it. So y'all click like and share. One of the things I wanted to ask, and I'm gonna let you ask some stuff around because I'm just hogging the show. Miss Loretta said 18. Y'all, come on now. Y'all know
That's
18
right.
realistic. These
That's
girls,
my mom.
yeah. Um, you said in terms of this not gonna be a mom or a dad. Is there another dad, not dad, but another male figure at the home with mom that or hanging around? It has that been a problem in terms with the girls and
No, no. I mean, she's, uh, you know, I'm not into that, trying to be all in what she got going on. I just know that no, there's no one there at the moment, or whatever. But I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? If that was the case, I would, it's just all about respect. You know what I'm saying?
right. Mhm.
I mean, people don't want, a man don't want no, their kids to be calling no other man dad, or a woman wouldn't want, their kid calling another woman mom. I mean, that's just how I feel about it, but I can be wrong. But as long as, you build that trust and, that understanding. Now, if someone steps in the role, in that household, I should say, and I mean, with respect, that being either the woman or the male that's stepping in, you have to give that some respect as well. Um,
Right.
and make sure that your kids know the whole respect thing, and then making sure that they respect your kids, and them as well, and
Right.
what I'm saying, just making sure that it's just straight up 100. I mean,
Right.
you know,
Right. You
Yeah.
you guys actually become you actually become a team. And
yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah.
And so what I've done and I've tried to do, but so my stepdaughter, and I still call her my stepdaughter, although her dad and I aren't married anymore, but that's my baby, right? So when she came with us, she didn't call me mom because her mother didn't allow her to. But
Right.
when she graduated from high school, she started calling me mom. She said, I can call you mom now, right? And it was just because her mom wasn't comfortable with it, right? But I think you become a team. You become a team. And I would step in if my ex-husband get remarried or he began to seriously date somebody that's in the home. I want to have a conversation with the woman. I need her to understand that we are a team. We're here for the purposes of the child. Like it
Right.
is nothing about the dad for me. And
Yeah,
so I just think
just
it's
to,
out of respect. Out of respect.
I mean, just as much as, the two parents co-parenting. I mean, this is another person involved, and
Right.
you got to make sure that you build that. because I mean, y'all didn't work, but they may live on for the rest of their lives together, and your kids got to be in that. You know what I'm saying? On
Right.
either hand, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta really grow up and be open to it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I mean, in blended families, it could be really messy, co-parenting in blended families, but
Right.
it doesn't have to be, and that's what we're trying to get to tonight. It could be
Yeah.
messy if you allow it to be, but it
Yeah,
does not have to be. It could
Right.
be, a communal thing if everybody is confident in their role is and what it is and where they're going. Like I always tell, because usually you have to tell the daddy. Okay? If mama was over you, we wouldn't have this issue. It shouldn't be anything that we,
I
understand what
agree.
I'm saying? Because at least that's just me. I don't give two rat two teeth what you doing. Let's have this conversation about this baby, and we moving on from there. And that is
that's
Right.
it.
it.
We didn't
That's it.
got
That's all.
out. And if they
Yeah,
feel the same way, everybody should be able to get along, should be able to
Right.
have dinner together, go on,
Right.
family vacations, whatever, however far you want to go with it. I
exactly.
Right.
think Jada Pink and them, they take family vacations and shit together. Some of that might be a little overboard, but
I mean,
it is
it can be the best thing that ever happened for the both of you and the kids.
right.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just a part of growing up, and graduating to them steps. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
some people can, some people can't. And then I'm gonna say the ones that can't probably just never let go.
Right.
But hey,
Get
life goes
there.
on. The
Right.
main thing is being that parent, making sure them kids are straight, all that,
Right.
no matter what, even from the younger years all the way till they grown. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna always
Right.
be their parent. So
Right.
that's the main thing. Forget what the negative stuff going on. I mean, if you accept that in your life, you're gonna continue to always be in that boat. But
And
if you can graduate from it and grow up and move past it, eventually that person is going to end up seeing it, and they're going to probably grasp and gravitate to it, and hopefully
Right.
they grow out of it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I mean, hey, teach his own, and like I said, hats off to the people that can, and
Right.
and to these single moms, single fathers, daddies out here, doing their part. I love it. I love to see the mothers still keeping it strong and doing their part as well. Because I come from that myself, with my mom.
Right.
So, you know, um, you know,
you're right. I agree. And having said that, I guess we can wrap it up. We definitely salute you and all that you do to keep your girls grounded and feeling safe. And uh,
Yes.
and we just appreciate it. And that's what we're going to be doing all month long, saluting our dads. I know my dad watches the show, Daddy. I'm going to be saluting you too. I'm a daddy's girl. So yeah, I mean, I love good dads, and we can't thank you enough, because
Yeah.
it's important that you show up, and we want to let you know
Right.
that we do see you.
there you
And we
go.
Right?
appreciate. Thank you very
yeah.
much. Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you.
And just seeing this, like I said, I appreciate y'all having me, and I see the work that Tamara does. I have yet to see more of you, Miss Tina, and our young ladies need some of that good that stuff y'all be putting together. You know what I'm saying? With Tamara doing her stuff and all that good stuff. I mean, hey,
Right.
nonprofit
Right.
can be something that can go a long way.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely. We definitely need to be, open to mentorship, and I am, as well as Ram. We are. Anybody can hit us up for any type of mentorship that's needed. I just spoke to young lady today that said she wanted some mentorship. I'm like, anytime, knock on my door. So
Yeah.
definitely, we're here. It's a bunch of us out here But this month it's about you guys,
I
and
got you. I got you.
we want to lift up. We want to lift up our men and praise our men and salute our men. So we thank you. We love you. We appreciate you,
Yeah.
and thank you again for being on the show.
Thank
Thanks,
you, and
baby.
y'all have a good night. All right.
All right.
Thanks. You too.
All right, Ram, that was it. We wrapping it up. That was a good show. We're gonna be
All
saluting our
right.
dads
That was
all week
good.
long.
I love it.
Um, it's gonna be awesome. I'm
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 on.
I'm excited to hear from these men.
Yeah,
Um,
because it's not often that the men get on and talk, and so when they make themselves available to be vulnerable
yeah,
and just talk about their own lives, that's a plus. We
yeah,
get light shined on us 11 months of the year, and they get that
exactly.
1 month. Actually, they get that one day to get
Please
some
though,
love.
Cat is still he always like, oh, their daddies ain't got nothing on the corner. I'm like, yes, they do.
Right. Well, not as much, but let's keep it real.
It
They
is
are,
not as much.
yeah,
I mean,
they
on
don't get
every
it enough love.
corner on Mother's Day, every corner
Oh
is
my goodness.
yeah.
Yes. Yes,
You might
yes,
find
yes.
one little corner, but they doing better. They doing better with the dad stuff.
They are doing better.
They
Yes, they are
doing
doing better. Maybe if we celebrate them more, it will encourage them to do more, maybe. I don't know. Oh, shoot. Sorry, you guys.
better.
I'm sorry.
I was talking about, did you fall?
No, I pulled my cord. But maybe if we celebrate them more, they will be encouraged to do a
Right.
little. I mean, it shouldn't take that. They should just do. However, you got to know what you're working with.
Gotta know what you're
And
working with.
so this month, I'm glad that we are shedding light on the men and celebrating them.
And if you have a fond memory that you want to share with us, please send it in either via video or type it in
Right.
chat, type it in inbox. Click like and share, you guys. Click like and share. And come back and let us know you shared. But yes, if you have a favorite memory that you want to share with us, please share it so that we can acknowledge your dad on the air.
Yes.
So we'd like to do that. We'd like to salute your dad. Please type it, send it to us, and we will definitely do that. Who we got next week, Ram?
We have Mr. Alvin Eddington, and he is going to
Alvin.
come on. Yeah. And he's talking about his children as well. I mean, of course, it's all about men. It's all about being a father. It's all about parenting. Yeah, and their experience. So
And
I'm
okay.
excited because
All
it's
right.
just a gradual build. I'm excited.
All right then. Well, I'll see you next week, poo poo. And are you going to be here? Because your
I'm
internet
coming over there. I'm getting in there.
in
Yes,
here.
I'll
Y'all
be over
get in
there.
here. We're going to see y'all next week, Thursday at 7 o'clock on the Kitchen Table Talk, where no topic is too heavy
Or too light.
for the table.
Bye, you guys.
Bye bye.